If you're a cozy mystery reader, July is going to be a treat. Penguin's Berkley Prime Crime and Obsidian offers books by authors such as Julie Heisey and Juliet Blackwell. There are 11 fun mysteries to choose from. Riley Adams takes Lulu Taylor of Aunt Pat's Barbecue Restaurant to the Rock and Ribs Festival in her new book, Rubbed Out. Lulu's best friend Cherry is stuck in the wrong booth, right next to a pitmaster who's busy stirring up trouble. It's no real surprise when he ends up dead, but Lulu is determined to prove Cherry isn't his killer. Tarnished and Torn is Juliet Blackwell's 5th paranormal mystery featuring Lily Ivory, a witch who owns a vintage clothing store. Lily's expectations are high for a gem fair filled with bargains. She didn't expect to find a woman murdered and her estranged father the prime suspect. It's magic again in Annette Blair's Till Death Do Us Part. Maddie Cutler solves mysteries based on visions she receives from vintage clothes. Maddie is excited to participate in a costume ball fundraiser, but one touch of a vintage petticoat leads her to search for a killer to an old unsolved mystery. This month, clothes and murder seem to go together. Melissa Bourbon's latest, A Custom Fit Crime, is set in a custom dressmaking shop in Texas. Harlow Jane Cassidy's designs are to be featured in a magazine. She's busy juggling her collection, her mother's upcoming wedding, playing host to a friend, and avoiding a competitive Dallas designer. When the rival designer is found dead, Harlow has to untangle the threads of evidence. Award-winning author Darrell Wood Gerber introduces a new series with Final Sentence. Jenna Hart leaves the advertising world to return home to California and help her aunt open a culinary bookshop and cafe. But Jenna's plans to draw attention to the shop take a wrong turn when her former college roommate and celebrity chef is found dead before the grand opening. Desiree left behind plenty of suspects, including Jenna. Yarn to Go by Betty Heckman is also the first in a new series. Casey Feldstein is a dessert chef who doesn't know the first thing about knitting. But when her aunt dies unexpectedly and leaves her a yarn retreat business, she's about to learn. When a retreat regular is murdered, Casey has to unravel a whodunit. I know everybody enjoys it when one of the cats shows up. Josh is the one who showed up this month to participate in the book chat. I don't know how long he's staying, though. Julie Heisey returns with the latest Manor House mystery, Grace Takes Off. A trip to Italy's Tuscan countryside is a dream come true for curator and manager of Marshfield Manor, Grace Wheaton. She accompanies her boss, Bennett Marshfield, to the villa of an old friend, where they discover someone has been selling original art treasures and replacing them with fakes. Grace is troubled by that, but the attempted murder of her boss is more troubling. In Laced with Poison by Meg London, Emma Taylor and her aunt Arabella plan a trunk show to boost sales at their lingerie shop, Sweet Nothings. But when one of the party goers eats a deadly cupcake, the guest list becomes a suspect list. Emma must separate facts from gossip to find a killer. Olivia Grayson owns a gingerbread house in Virginia Lowell's Cookie Cutter Shop series. Now, in One Dead Cookie, a soap star returns home to the town where he left a number of enemies. When Trevor is found dead on the gingerbread house porch, an old friend is implicated in the murder. Olivia and her best friend Maddie have to figure out who has a sweet tooth for revenge. It's Yarn Again and Molly McRae's Dying Wishes. I really enjoyed the first in this series, Last Wool and Testament. Kate Rutledge inherited more than a fiber and fabric shop from her grandmother. She also inherited special skills needed to untangle a murder, along with a ghost to help. So when a visit to Cloud Hollow Farm to learn to dye wool ends in the discovery of 2 bodies, Kate's friends urge her to investigate and hang a killer out to dry. Laura Morrigan's Wolf at the Door is the first Call of the Wild, spelled W-I-L-D-E, mystery. Grace Wild, an animal behaviorist, keeps her ability to psychically communicate with animals to herself. But when a Doberman is the only witness to a murder, it's time to let the cat out of the bag to catch a killer. And Josh is out of the box. That box behind him has become a plaything, although it had 16 books in it when it arrived. So whether you turn up for these book chats to see the cats, to hear about books, or just to hear me talk about them, July will be a good month. Lots of clothes, murder, and favorite authors coming in July. It's the perfect time to vacation with a cozy mystery from Penguins, Berkley, Prime Crime, and Obsidian. Enjoy!